Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good one today. I'm the Metal Junkie, and today I'm continuing my journey through all the Judas Priest records. We made it to album number 6, British Steel from 1980. It seems to be a big one. It seems to be really commercially successful, this album. The only difference when it comes to band members is Dave Holland on drums this time around. Uh, Les Binks is gone, but the rest of the members are all there. We got 9 tracks. We're going to jump right into it. First track is Rapid Fire. I only know 2 songs on this record, so this should be interesting. Like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future Priest song reactions. I'm doing them all, guys. Well, everyone that I don't know anyway, so let's check it out. Really digging this part here. It's awesome. Judas Priest. The first section of the track, which stayed pretty consistent in its rhythm, it was very like punk rock, much more than I thought it would be. Anyway, this especially in the drums, and they were staying extremely consistent as well. And the riffs too. And then the riff tweaked a bit, but didn't change too much until we got into this section here. And this section is like, whoa, kind of mind blowing. I did like the punkish vibes to the first though. It's just kind of different from what we heard before, but it's still got speed in there, lots of energy. I'm still digging it, especially this section here, how they're coming in and then they're doing a little solo and coming back in. And Rob Halford's vocals are really cool too on this section.
Let me free.
The way it came right back into that intro riff seamlessly. Perfect transition there. Okay, love the scream at the end. That's classic. This song as a whole felt pretty straightforward, pretty it was very solid. It was just kind of repetitive and straightforward a bit, especially compared to their 70s work, I feel, where we reached the 80s now. But yeah, I can see why it was commercially successful. It's still very solid, very catchy, got a great groove to it. Like I said, interesting to have a kind of a little bit more punk rock vibe in the drumming in that in the main verse. Love that section that we kept coming back to, that we went to in that one part where they kept soloing. Solos were off the chain too. And the song called Rapid Fire, I'm guessing it's about war. From the little bit I heard about destruction and beating on anvils, creating weapons, I imagine. It sounds like some type of battle or war song, but I don't know the specifics. I wasn't honed in too much on the lyrics. I'm always more honed in on the music, but yeah, pretty solid opening track to kick off this album. That was track number one. Moving on to track number two, it's called Metal Gods. So, are they referring to themselves? I don't know, but we're gonna find out.
We've taken too much for granted, and all the time it had grown. From techno seeds we first planted, evolved a mind of its own. Marching in the streets, dragging iron feet, laser beaming hearts, ripping men apart. From other seen our perfection, where we could do as we please. In secrecy, this infection was spreading like a disease. Hiding underground, knowing we'd be found, fearing for our lives, read my robot sights. Metal God, Metal
I really like how they draw out the vocals there on the chorus for Metal Gods. And it's very clear to hear the bass kind of doing that gallop in the background, that boom, 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 boom. Very good. And the main guitar riffs in the verse are containing the same amount of groove that I'm used to from their 70s tracks. So I'm all in for this one. It sounds great. machines are taking all over, with mankind in their command. In time they learn to discover how they could make that demand. Better be the slaves. I love this part too, how the guitars kind of come in a little bit heavier, and they're kind of switching with the bass to do their rhythm, dum, da, 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 and then they give it back to the bass for the chorus. And then the chorus, like I said, I like how the vocals are kind of drawn out over the chorus, spread out. And the guitars too kind of take a step back, and it just makes for a really unique and catchy chorus.
To their wicked ways, the meeting with our death, engulfed in molten breath.
Cool little picking part to ride us out to the outro. Yeah, I think I dug this one even more than Rapid Fire. This one, like I said, the verse riffs were reminding me a lot of the albums I just went through by the band from the 70s. It's still kind of bleeding over, which I love. And it reminded me more of that than Rapid Fire did. Great chorus, great guitars. Love the bass. The bass really stuck out to me on this one. So, killer track. That was Metal Gods. I really like that one. Up next at track number 3, it would have been Breaking the Law, but I know that song. I've known that song for, let me see, 20 years at least now, 20 some years. Probably back since I was 12 or 13. So, yeah, not going to do that one, but it is a classic, one of their most iconic tracks. Not one I listen to all that often anymore. It kind of lost its magic for me over the years, but it's still a classic, and I would still love to see it live, one of those tracks. So moving on to track number 4, which is Grinder. Let's see what it's about.
Track.
Okay, interesting track. Grinder. Now, it sounds like they're talking about an actual like meat grinder where you would make your hamburger or whatever out of, right? And it says the grinder is craving for meat. Um, it's making me think: is this like it's almost snares and traps and that to trap your animals or whatever your game, whatever you're gonna eat? But at the same time, it's hard to pick up all the lyrics just by listening on my first try. But it almost sounded like, is this like a vegetarian track or a vegan type track, like against killing animals, perhaps? I almost heard sound like Rob Halford at one point said, "I don't need the protein" or something, but I could be just misinterpreting my first time. But it's definitely a track about meat and about game, about animals, for food. I don't know if it's that they like it or they hate it. I'm not too sure, but I almost feel like this might be like an anti killing animal type song, but who knows?
As a mighty eagle, I need room to breathe. Witness from the treadmill, I take my leave.
Okay. So just hearing this track for the first time without any pretext or knowing really what it's about, it does come off a bit silly with the lyrics, right? Grinder wants you to eat. It's like, I don't know if they're talking about specifically like the grinding machine where you put the meat in or someone who's doing the grinding. I'm not too sure on the specifics, but it's interesting. Usually I'm always honed in so much on the music, but this one I just couldn't help myself and trying to hear the lyrics because it was just interesting to me. But the song was solid, pretty solid riffs. Nothing that stands out as crazy, amazing or anything, but very solid. And that chorus was starting to get a bit catchy there. Grinder, the way he pronounces it or whatever. Pretty interesting track. Like I said, let me know what it's really about in the comment section. I have a feeling that there's a deeper message in here, like about anti killing animals or something like that. Maybe a song for PETA or PETA or whatever they're called. But yeah, an okay track.